Did I ever tell you about the time that I spent $425 just to find the original video source of a meme by having it pulled from the archives of the original TV station? The meme in question is the "Am I a Joke to You" meme, which has been around for like 10 years and has only ever really existed as a screenshot. And I tried for the life of me, I could not find the original video source of it, and apparently nor was anyone else who tried to look for it, but I was determined, and I eventually succeeded in early 2023. Now, I already did know that the TV show the meme was from was called Generations: The Legacy, a South African soap opera. This was on Know Your Meme and was pretty already well known at that point. So initially I just looked up information about the original TV station and found that they had a contact for buying programs and episodes of the TV shows. And I was kind of assuming that they would just have like box sets that you could buy for different seasons like typically a TV show does. So I emailed them and just asked for all the episodes. I didn't think it would be that big of a deal. So all I said in the email was I was wondering if I could purchase all current seasons of the TV show Generations: The Legacy. And they responded and said, when you say all current seasons, do you mean from season 1 of Generations: The Legacy? Because for context, Generations: The Legacy is actually a continuation of a previous series called Generations. And apparently sometimes the first season of the new one is actually listed as season 24 of the original because it's a continuation, so they were just clarifying that. So then I said, yes, that's correct. I mean all episodes of every season starting from the beginning of season 1 until the most recent episode available for purchase. And then they asked basically the same question again, like, let me get this straight, you want all the episodes? Specifically, they said, I'm sorry to ask, I want to be sure you need all the episodes from the start of the broadcast until now so that I can quote the correct cost. So at that point, I'm thinking, okay, maybe they don't actually have these easy pre-made boxed sets. So I said, okay, how about instead just all the episodes through 2017. I'm not sure why I said 2017 though, because the first tweet that ever tweeted the meme was January 2016. So I could have just said that. Anyway, after that email is when he quoted me the price, which is 7,100 South African Rand, which is over $400. And that was actually just for one season, which is, I believe, a year's worth, though to be fair, that is like 200 episodes. However, by that point though, based on the date of the original tweet of the meme, and also from reading some teaser descriptions of different episodes that I found, I had realized that the scene with the meme was almost certainly part of season 2. Also, through other research, I figured out that that station, after they broadcast an episode, you can apparently watch it online for a period of time. I don't know how long it was, but not super long, like not years, probably a month or so maybe. So I figured that the meme probably originated when someone watched it online so they could pause it and reverse to be able to take that screenshot. And the episode where that aired probably would have been not too long before the very original usage of the meme, which would have been January 2016. So knowing this, I could drastically narrow down probably the amount of episodes I would need. So I actually went and then asked just for a quote on season 2, episodes 1 through 40. So nowhere close to an entire season's worth. Though strangely, he came back and said that the price for 40 episodes would be the same as an entire season. Though it's possible he didn't think that I was gonna buy it anyway and didn't want to bother going to get a new quote. Anyway, I didn't really feel like spending $400 at the time, so I didn't really respond after that for a while, and I decided to kind of just look more online to try and really find it. And I dug really deep. I searched different Facebook pages where people would upload entire episodes, and while there was a decent amount of them, just the sheer number of episodes that this soap opera broadcasted, it was hard to find specific episodes. And even the episodes that I did think had a good chance of having the meme based on the teaser descriptions, I really couldn't find any of those. So a few months later, in November 2022, I said, all right, screw it, I'll contact them again. I asked them if the quote was still valid, and they said yes, it was, although it wasn't exactly a very good deal anyway, so I'm not surprised. So they gave me an invoice and the bank account number that I needed to wire the money to, and since my bank imposed some kind of transfer fee of 75 Rand, which is only like $4, I had to actually pay a total of 71.75 South African Rand. So the total cost to me was $425.39. After sending it, I waited another week or so for them to confirm it with whatever department that they got the money. And after a little while, they said, yes, we got it. Although this was right before the holidays, so they said, we're gonna do it after the holidays. I said, that's fine. So I waited until January, and that's when they started sending them over. And eventually I figured out that probably the reason they asked me to confirm that I wanted that many episodes originally was that they literally had to go and pull out tapes from the archive and then scan them off to a file. In the invoice or some document they gave me, I forget which, it actually says the tape numbers that it came from, which is kind of cool. And fortunately, they just delivered it digitally. I didn't have to get it shipped physically or anything. They just uploaded it to a cloud service and sent me the links, and then I could just download them. And they didn't do them all at once. They did 20 the first day, and then the next 2 days it was like 10 and 10, which kind of told me that, okay, this is not just like a one and done fully automated thing. And again, that kind of makes it funnier reading back that I'm requesting literally thousands of episodes. They were like, oh my God, I really hope I don't have to scan this many. Anyway, after I downloaded all the episodes, it was just a matter of finding it. Now, I had a list of potential episodes that I thought it was in, and it was actually not in any of them that I thought, but I did find it eventually. I basically just looked through all of them for when the character was wearing the same shirt. It's not like I sat through every episode, I really just skimmed through it. And eventually, when I got to episode 32, I skipped at one point and saw the character saying, "Is that what I am?" with the subtitles, and I thought, oh man, I got really excited because that is something you would say immediately after you ask, "Am I joked you?" And sure enough, it was. And so I had finally found it. The actual video in the episode, it occurs about 7 minutes, 35 seconds in. And one of the good things is he actually says the line in English, because if you're not aware, I don't know why you would be, with this TV show and apparently other TV shows in South Africa, they do the dialogue in multiple languages, I guess because there's multiple official languages. So they'll do some lines in English and then other conversations and dialogue in another language, but all of it has burned in English subtitles. So those subtitles in the meme are burned into the actual tape itself that I got too, and would have been shown when they're broadcasted. So of course I was really excited. I posted it on Twitter and also uploaded the 15-second short clip to my Theo second YouTube channel, which is just for like jokes and dumb stuff. And it's also not monetized, so I figured that just putting the 15-second clip of it for posterity would count as personal fair use. And if you were wondering about that, at one point it did actually get a copyright match, but it did say that the owner allows it to be on YouTube, so it was okay in any case. And I'm sure they didn't care about a 15-second clip. And by the way, I'll put a link to the video itself in the description, or you can just search on YouTube, "Am I Joked You?" and it'll be this one. I also posted the GIF on the Reaction GIFs subreddit, and actually did really well. And people really got a kick out of it that I spent that much money on just a dumb meme. Now, another fun fact I thought I'd throw out there is I, at one point, had seen another video on YouTube, and on that video, they said that they believed that scene was from just before the scene from the meme. But turns out I can confirm that is not actually the case. The scene in that other video on YouTube is not even from the same episode, and as far as I can tell from when I was looking, it's not even in one of the 40 episodes that I looked through. So I don't know what episode that other scene is from, but it doesn't seem to be anywhere near the one from the meme. So I figured you'd get a kick out of the story. I was surprised I never actually made a video talking about this. I'd be curious to know what you guys think. Do you think I'm just crazy? So of course, if you enjoyed the video, you know what to do. Absolutely annihilate the like button, destroy it, make sure there's nothing left of it. It really helps out. Now, if you want to keep watching, the next video I recommend is also about a meme that I made and made thousands of people realize that they were probably not using their monitor right. I'll put that link right there you can click on. Also, if you want to subscribe, I try to make videos twice a week, Wednesday and Saturday, so it should be worth it. So thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.